the high priest of the covenant. His garments were very precious. Among them, he had a robe. Just a blue robe, an outer robe. This blue outer robe, ancient people wore robes. Its hem used bells. Small bells one by one around the hem of the robe, at the lower edge of this garment. Bells, small bells, there were probably dozens of them, at the very bottom part of the outer robe. And then, between the bells was a pomegranate. What were the pomegranates made of? They were pomegranate-shaped things. They were also very small. I estimate the bells and pomegranates were like the size of a pinky finger or a bit bigger. The pomegranates were made of cloth, using blue-purple and scarlet cloth threads too. So, into individual pomegranate-shaped ornaments. And then, a bell alternating with a pomegranate. A bell alternating with a pomegranate. In other words, the robe that the high priest is wearing underneath, whenever he wanted to enter the temple, inside the sanctuary to see God, or enter the sanctuary, he must wear this blue robe with golden bells and pomegranates. And this robe, what happens after it is worn? It would make a sound, because the pomegranate and the bell struck each other, and then it would ring, making a dinging sound. A dinging sound. It would ring as he walked. There would be this sound. So when this sound enters the sanctuary, when seeing God, when there is this sound, then he will not die. If he comes to the sanctuary without wearing this outer robe, does not wear it, and then, if the sound of the bells does not reach God's ears, then the high priest will die. Just as it says here, when Aaron served, he had to wear this robe. To enter the sanctuary, when seeing the face of God, and when coming out, the rustling of the cloak will be heard by God, to keep him from dying. So what does this mean? The high priest's robe, the lower edge of the robe, there are dozens of golden bells on the hem of the robe, and dozens of pomegranates striking each other. Hearing the sound, what does this mean? That is to say, the high priest came before God. It's just that this bell is ringing. It means pleading with God to have mercy on Israel. We talked about bells. We must remember the time of the Old Testament. Moses instructed the Israelites to make 2 trumpets. What about these 2 cylinders? It's just that whenever there's a festival, a horn must be blown. Whenever the congregation of Israel gathers, wear it, and also blow the bugle. Gathering the congregation of Israel. A trumpeter, or when fighting with foreigners, must also wear trumpeter's uniform. Just like the 7 trumpets in the book of Revelation, meaning asking the Lord to remember Israel, to fight for Israel, asking the Lord to remember the covenant with Israel. Then the high priest put on this robe and comes before the Lord. This cloak will make a noise, letting God know to remember Israel. Letting God remember Israel. Brothers and sisters, look at our Heavenly Father, how compassionate he is toward Israel. He wanted to make sure that he could remember to have mercy on Abraham and Abraham's descendants. He specifically had the high priest have such an outer robe. Whenever the high priest comes before God wearing the outer robe, the sound of the golden bells on this cloak will ring and will ring again. God remembers Israel, no longer direct anger at Israel. Moreover, the high priest must dress like this, as specifically required by Tetet, lest God execute the high priest. It means that God has already ordained to bestow grace upon the people of Israel. So when the high priest came to inquire of God, this voice sounded, and God said, I will have mercy on Israel. Glory be to the Father, and to the Lord,